All right, guys. Well, it's been a good season. This is the last home match of the season. If we win this, I think we set the record for this league, at least in Football Manager land, for the highest point total in a season. I anticipate that we will win this. Of course, since this doesn't really matter that much, we have a mostly rotated side. I think we have a couple of weeks before the next AFC Cup match, and that one doesn't matter either because we've already won the group. So it'll take a little while for us to get to the point where we're looking at the actual season in review. That will be in a couple of videos, and since we have now the new setup with 2 saves going at once, it's probably going to be a morning video. And we will take a look and we'll see this season review and kind of remember things. As I've learned, that doesn't really come along until after the playoff is complete for the club that finished in 7th place to see if they're relegated or not. Chen Yuchun throws over to Nene, over to Zhou Hongyi. I tell you, Chen Yuchun, I think he's the young player that we have. It was the other Chen that we bought in, who we brought in at the left wingback side, who's been the great revelation this season. Nene with a shot from range doesn't go anywhere. Chen Yuchun, I think, was the young player who we brought up, but has also been very, very good. We're doing well in terms of wingbacks now. Popped up, Chen Yuting heads it, barely heads it. It wasn't really much of a shot. Hong Guanda has the ball hit him on the back of the foot as he's turned the wrong way. Here's Ndaye with the ball now. And Ndaye passes that forward for Tian Yongfu, who's just not there. Tian Yongfu in some of the friendlies leading up to this scored a hat-trick in one of them and has looked really, really good. So he has a lot of potential as Chen Yuting goes back and gets this. This is knocked forward to nobody in particular. There's Ndaye over to Tian Yongfu, who sets it up for Nene. And that should have been a goal. It was actually a good job by their defender to prevent that one from going in. So we still are kind of knocking on the door. But, I mean, you can see here early on that we're about to score. We have definitely the better team here. There's no question about it. Good job by the defender to figure out what Nene was going to do. It was a good idea, but they had too many guys back for that to be sort of a one-on-one. Here's Nene again, over to Ndaye, and that should have been a goal, and that's going to end up being an own goal. Own goal on Wu Chunhong, who tried to clear it and kicked it into his own net. We'll see from this angle here if what just happened makes any more sense. Then he knocks it forward to Ndaye, and then he kicks it off of Liu Chunjie, who should be credited, I think, with the goal. Anyway, it doesn't matter anyway. It's 1-0 from Mars FC. That's the important part. And Liu Chunjie goes back and gets this one. He will feel happy. Over to Hong Guanda, who takes a shot. Offside. Yeah, I was going to say he's lined up offside, and the flag does come up. Here is Wu Chunhong, the keeper for Tainan, who dumps this one back over to Ling Guanda. I don't know why he's so far back, but it's okay. I won't complain too much. Hu Chuyuan over to Nene. Nene behind the defense. Knocks this forward to Tian Yongfu, and that should have been a goal, man. That just trickles out of the net. He's going to feel pretty hard done by that. That one didn't go in. Here's Ndaye trying to find Nene again. Nene had 2 men blocking him out, and so he wasn't able to get around onto that. But this kind of gives you a sort of an idea of what the future holds for this club. I mean, Nene's in trouble, and so he passes that one forward, and that one just barely misses from going in. Really good job by Tian Yongfu. And when we have young players like that, I'm really looking forward to the future of this club. Chen Yuchun over to Tian Yongfu, who knocks it forward again for Nene, and here is Nene, and he's rounded the keeper, and unfortunately has knocked out for a corner. He did a pretty poor job that time of trying to round the keeper, so I'm not particularly impressed with that. He could do better than that. Liu Chunjie with the header, and that's up and over the top of the goal, top of the net, and that will be out again for a goal kick. So we're doing all right. Tian Yongfu, a little bit of misdirection, had his back turned to everybody, then found Nene, and Nene just needs to be more direct. He needs to go over and shoot instead of doing this fancy stuff, right? I think one of the things that we had him training on, whatever, I just let the coaches do what they want. Something about tricks or something, so he feels more comfortable doing tricks or something like that. After seeing that, I'm thinking, how about we do less tricks, and how about we, pay attention to scoring goals? I want to see you score goals, man. I don't want to see you impress, the ladies in the audience. I want to see goals be scored. Here's Hong Guanda, who knocks this forward again to Nene. And Nene's shot is a little bit too high and over everybody's head. So he's definitely had a lot of shots today, I'll tell you that. And Ndaye over to Tian Yongfu, who passes it again to Nene. I think he's onside. And Nene's shot is knocked out for a corner. So that was definitely, worth the attempt. We have dominated possession. We're dominating momentum. We have everything on our side. Liu Chunjie not able to get to that one. It's going to be another corner. And so Liu Chunjie, I think, will line up again. As I said, I haven't done anything with the corner routine at all. I probably should because we could be scoring a lot of these goals. It's Zhou Hongyi who gets ahead on that one, but it's not quite good enough. And Liu Chunjie goes back, wins that over to Hu Churyuan. Hu Churyuan brings this up right side. He is in trouble, so he knocks it all the way back to Wu Jiaoan. That's right, we have Wu Jiaoan in goal today, which has me concerned. Wu Jiaoan is also not very happy with me. Nene is in front of the defense again. And this time he does what I was just saying he should do. He should take it straight to the keeper, and he did. And so there's another goal for us, 2-0 for Mars FC. That is exactly what we have come to expect here as the games and as the weeks and months have gone by. And so there you go. I've thought a lot about, this is supposed to be the Hexagon Challenge, and we haven't done a whole lot of Hexagon so far, but it's kind of hard to leave this club. You start to fall in love with it after a while, right? You start to really care about it once you've built it up and you've put sort of blood, sweat, and tears into it. This is one. That free kick was one, and here's Nene over to Huang Guanda, and we got a couple of guys here for an attack. We also got guys down at the bottom who are sort of jogging up as slowly as possible. That, I think, was Ndaye, who was sort of jogging up and kind of looking up to see what would happen. So it's all right. We'll take that. It's 2-0 for us. We are happy with the number of shots. We're happy with the way that our second team is playing. They look very, very good. It looks like this will be a team that will challenge for supremacy in this league, if not just outright win it year in and year out for many, many years to come. The question now is, how far do we go? Do we try to turn this into like a professional squad? Do we decide to just keep it this way? Do we want to try for the AFC Champions League? And die over to Tian Yongfu. Tian Yongfu is stripped of the ball. And we're not particularly eager about trying to get it back. Ling Guanda does win it back to Ndaye over to Zhou Hongyi. Again, you get so used to seeing the Manchester United, games with the legendary players, and when you go back to this, it's like a culture shock. And we should have had somebody back there trying to get after that one and give them at least something to think about. Ling Guanda wins this midfield to Hong Guanda. Hong Guanda forward to Nene, and this is going to be another goal. No, it's saved by their keeper, who does a good job of saving it. Chen Yuchun now over looking for Hong Guanda, can't find him. Hu Churyuan knocks it back to Liu Chunjie, and we'll just take control again. So Nene should have scored a goal here. This was good by Hong Guanda, very, very good pass forward, and he was onside, and you got the goalie like on the ground right in front of you, like try to knock it over his head or knock it really hard straight at him. Just do that because, the keeper was on the ground already. Hu Churyuan on the right side plays with it, passes it forward, looking for somebody there, and I'm not quite sure exactly what that was supposed to be. That was not the best cross I've ever seen. And it's okay because Chen Yuting is able to win in midfield. Hong Guanda down to Hu Churyuan again, and he passes forward. There's Ling Guanda. And there's a shot, and that was a good save. That was a much better shot than what we just saw Nene do, and I'm more than happy with that one being saved. Chen Yuting now, and this is going to continue over to Liu Chunjie. Hu Churyuan now, once again. Hu Churyuan knocks this one over for Hong Guanda, and there is Nene, but I think he's offside. We'll see if they allow this one to count or not. Nope, that is going to count. So, yeah, it's 3-0 for Mars FC. I thought for sure that he was offside because it looked like he was lined up behind or in front of the defense. And we can take another look. That's not offside. Well, I guess maybe you have this guy over here who was a little bit further back. That might have been what was going on. Anyway, it doesn't matter. 2 goals for Nene. We wanted to put him in, by the way, just to sort of see if he could pad his goal score total or not. I haven't paid much attention to how many goals he actually has in the league, but I thought it might be good to take a look and see if we can't get a couple more out of him here. Back to Chen Yuting, passes it, Ling Guanda, and then Liu Chunjie, Hong Guanda, over to Ndaye. I'm going to get those two mixed up a lot. Tian Yongfu, it's over to Nene, and he's wide open again. And so he hammers another one a goal. If they're not going to guard him, we'll pass it to him. We're not going to always press any of their players because it doesn't make sense because they're not very good. This is the guy, the Wang Chiming, that the assistant manager is trying to warn me about, but he didn't do anything there, did he? Well, now we got to watch out that now they have a corner and they might be able to get one back, and they won't as we head that one away. So we're doing all right. Let's see if we can stay in formation on defense and not do something stupid like that. We don't need any 2-footed sliding tackles. We just need to play normal defense, and we need to get the ball back. this is not very normal, and that was pretty bad. It's Guo Wenqing who ends up scoring, and so it's 3-1 now for Mars FC. Guo Wenqing must be a new gen, I'm guessing, because I haven't heard of this guy before. Just so you know, what's happening behind the scenes is we are having our scouts look at different things and try to find guys who can play like this. So there's a good chance that if we find someone like this and he's willing to come, he'll end up on our team pretty soon. And if not, then we give him 2 years till he turns 18 and then he comes over. Chen Yuting over to Liu Chunjie. He might already be 18. Who knows? Ndaye up to Chen Yuchun. Back to Zhou Hongyi. Ndaye. Zhou Hongyi over to Ling Guanda. Ling Guanda knocks his forward for Hong Guanda, and he's behind the defense, and yet still cannot get one past Wu Chunhong. And so it's still 3-1 for Mars FC. Kind of upsetting to give up that goal, but not too much. And I mean, Wu Jiaoan was always going to give up a goal anyway. Nene with a shot, and that ends up going out. No, the keeper, I guess, saved that, even though we saw there that it was over the line. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Chen Yuchen with his ball. As I said, Wu Jiaoan, the problem that I have, I think, is that I think he's on a salary, but if he wasn't, I would have released him by now. He might actually not be, and it might be that I was thinking about the AFC Cup, and boy, I see there's another one that got past him. The reason why I'm trying to play him here in part is to sort of prove to myself whether he's good enough for this team or not. We're kind of looking around and waiting for a good young player to come up that we can have be the third goalkeeper, and he doesn't seem to care at all about the match at all. So, I mean, I don't know. He's probably not going to be on this team for much longer. I know I've said that about other guys like Zhou Hongyi, who has the ball there. He was off the team, and we brought him back. Hu Chuyan with a shot from range that is not anywhere close to anything. So, I mean, I do have a little bit of loyalty, I suppose, but, Wu Jiaoan has not impressed me at all. Hu Chuyan is very smart to take that shot, by the way. I mean, with the that part of the net completely wide open and left unguarded and unattended by the keeper. Here's his next throw over to Nene, down to Liu Chunjie, up to Ling Guanda. Ling Guanda back to Liu Chunjie. And it's over to Chen Yuting, and he knocks this forward, looking for Hong Guanda, and he just sort of heads it. I mean, it's like we're trying to do target practice here. How many times can we hit the keeper? Wu Jiaoan actually was over the line, but we're not going to say anything about that one. I'm happy to see him catch the ball. It's good that he knows how to catch the ball. Now let's see if we know how to play defense. And Liu Chunjie with a very, very good tackle. Good job, son. And Dai goes over and heads this one out of the danger area almost, and fortunately we are able to knock it back, at least for the time being. That was Xu Shengjie who got the ball there at the end, who I believe is our man who is out on loan. I think, no, it may be a different one actually, because I think ours might be with Athletic Club Taipei. I don't know. I can't remember anymore. It gets really confusing. A lot of these guys have the same name, and that's the problem. We only have a couple of minutes here left in this match, and then we're going to have this one won. Chen Yuting wins this in the back over to Ling Guanda, down to Liu Chunjie, and he knocks this one forward for Tian Yongfu, and I mean, he's not even close to him. Not a particularly good pass. Tian Yongfu is not really running. Nobody seems to really care about this match, and that is the end. And so we win this one. We had a 3.72 XG. Like I said, we should have more goals than we did. They only had 2 shots on target, and one of them went in. We had 63% of the possession, so it was a good job. I am upset, though, with Wu Jiaoan, who I think did a poor job. And Hu Chuyan, of course, doesn't look like he had a very good game either. Anyway, I'll talk with you again tomorrow. We'll have another fun match, see what happens then. Bye-bye.